Alright guys, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast with me, Kosi, and don't forget to smash the likes up. 200 likes, that's always our target. 200 likes, that's always our target, so remember to smash the likes up. I'm introducing something new. Every video we shall have a quiz about Arsenal. Every video we shall have a quiz about Arsenal, and I'll be reading the first 10 comments. I'll be reading the first 10 comments, so make sure when you reach the video you answer the question in the video. The question will be always in the description, and I'll be reading it live in the video. So today's question is, who was Arsenal's goalkeeper in the season 2003-2004? Who was Arsenal's goalkeeper in the season 2003-2004? The first goalkeeper. And Craig Holloway, you have James Lehmann, you have Graham Stack, and Stuart Taylor. You know, this must be an easy one. Anyway, let's get into the video. Arsenal are looking for a replacement of the man himself, Emi Martinez, who was confirmed yesterday to have left the club for Aston Villa. £20 million is what Aston Villa paid, and we said goodbye to the man himself, Emiliano Martinez, after his long spell at the club. 10 years. Now we are very close to getting David Raya from Brentford, and I think all the journalists say this, that Arsenal wanted to first get a replacement of the player to first be sure who's going to replace the player Emi Martinez before we could actually decide to let him go. Now we are going to be replacing him with David Raya, the man at Brentford, and that is the news coming in on my desk. Here we go. According to Football London, they are saying Brentford seek Raya replacement, and they are writing and saying Arsenal are reportedly in talks to sign David Raya. The Brentford goalkeeper has been targeted as the Gunners' new number 2 after Emiliano Martinez completed his move to Aston Villa. And that is highlighted by the fact Brentford are now searching for Raya's replacement. The Bees are said to be lining up Charlton stopper Dylan Phillips ahead of Raya's expected departure, according to The Sun. So, guys, you know, I haven't seen David Raya so many times, and you know, when reports claim that he's going to be our second goalkeeper, it's going to be the backup for Burnley. I cannot really say yes, and I can't really say no to him because I haven't seen him play. There are not so many Brentford games I've watched. Even his highlights, I've seen just a few of them. Of course, when a player is trending and linked to a club like Arsenal or Manchester United or Tottenham or something like that, they are always trending, and so many of their videos, video clips come out, but I haven't seen so many of his skills. I can't really rate him. What I know, he's 27 years of age. That is quite a very good age for a goalkeeper. He has been at Brentford. He would love to have a switch to a big club like Arsenal. Yeah, maybe I would think about it, and I would say, yeah, let us get in David Raya. After all, he's a second goalkeeper, but if we are getting in someone, we need to get in someone who's as good as Emi Martinez, because you just look at the scenario when Leno got injured and we brought in Emi. It's like we didn't lose a first choice goalkeeper, but we got someone even better, and that's why we had this whole big debate, Emi or Leno, and it has been very strong debate for the past 2 weeks until Emi Martinez decided to leave the club for Aston Villa after 10 years. But I don't want us to go for a goalkeeper just for the sake of replacing Emi. I want us to go for a goalkeeper who could actually be very good. Like I said, I don't know much about David Raya. I don't know so much about him. I'm going to try to do his research about him and so on, and try to see how good he is. But I'm gonna miss Emi. That's the truth. I'm gonna miss Emiliano Martinez, one of those goalkeepers that are on the bench, and you feel that even if Leno gets off, limps off the pitch, Raya is there. So we are gonna really miss him. We are gonna miss him. So probably Arsenal is going to sign David Raya in the coming days. So be aware and wait for that update. I'll be doing it slowly. I'll be following the story when Brentford get the the replacement, of course, that would be the end of David Raya's career at Brentford. Of course, the player is really interested in playing with us, and he wants to force the move out of the club. Out of Brentford. He wants to play in the Premier League. He wants to play, in the Europa League. Of course, that's really, decent. And it makes me happy when when players still want to play for us. It shows me that we are still a strong side. And Mikel Arteta was really talking about it, how Willian was still convinced that Arsenal is a big club, and he said he's really hungry to win more trophies with the club. He wants to take Arsenal to a place where we deserve. That was really interesting, and it made me happy. Trust me, it really made me happy when he said that, it means Arsenal, we are still a big club. So don't forget to answer the question in the comment box. Who was Arsenal's goalkeeper in the 2003-2004 season? And the first answer is Craig Holloway, Jens Lehmann, Graham Stack, or Stuart Taylor. One of those was our first choice goalkeeper. So who was our first choice goalkeeper in that season? Don't forget to give me your reply. So the other piece of news is about Lucas Torreira. He's on the verge of joining Torino as well. Fiorentina came in for him, and I thought it was a done deal. The Mirror wrote it as a done deal. We did that story. We talked about it. Finally, Torino came in with a better offer, the same amount of money, but the difference is, Torino is giving us more money front cash than Fiorentina, because Fiorentina wanted to take the player on loan, that is for 8 million, and then they would give us 16 million later on, that is at the end of the summer. Now Torino would want to give us close to 24 million front cash for the services of Lucas Torreira. Trust me, there is no way you're going to give the player to Fiorentina if Torino are giving you that much front cash. And I think Fiorentina are going to be losing out on a very good player, but Torino have already seen how good and how important Lucas Torreira could be. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's a player that doesn't suit the standards of Arsenal. I just think he fell out of the formation of Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta is not really planning on using him, but he's not a bad player. And if you tell me 25 million, that's decent money. Even though he hasn't been getting a lot of playing time, a lot of attention at the club, but I still think he's a decent player. We should get a reasonable amount of money. So reports coming in also show that Torino are on the verge of signing Lucas Torreira, and Fabrizio Romano said it yesterday. He said Arsenal are still working to sell players. Emi Martinez has gone for 20 million, but Lucas Torreira is also, on the list of those players that are going to be sold. And of course, when he talks about, a player, it's literally a done deal. Romano never, speaks crap. That's the truth. So, he talked about how we were going to be selling Torreira to get the money to sell, to buy Aouar Mpate, and say that, of course, I'll be doing that video about Aouar Mpate in the coming show. But he said Arsenal will go back for another top class midfielder, and he said that would be Partey or Houssem. So we are still waiting for that as well. So guys, tell me what you think about David Raya, because this video is mainly about him. Tell me what you think about David Raya. Do you think he's a decent goalkeeper? If you have seen more highlights than or followed him more than I have, you can tell me what you think about him. Or you think a second goalkeeper doesn't matter. But I don't think any Arsenal fan would think a second goalkeeper doesn't matter, because you guys know that know very well that after the injury of Van Leno, our second goalkeeper was really our big savior in the Community Shield, in the FA Cup final. Probably all we have to say is goodbye Emi Martinez, and welcome David Raya, if only he joins in the coming hours. So please don't forget to smash the likes up. 200 likes is the minimum. The maximum is the sky is the limit, but our minimum is 200 likes. So don't forget to smash the like button and get in your comments. Who was Arsenal's first choice goalkeeper in the 2003-2004 2004 season? That's the question. Check the description for the options. Option A is Craig Holloway. Option B is James Lehman. Option C is Graham Stack. And option 4 is Stuart Taylor. Have a nice afternoon.